motherfucking trailer. It's almost here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to see everybody. You know, I got to be honest. I got to be honest. I don't feel the energy or the hype from you guys. I got to be real. Okay? And I just think, look, I know this is dated, but really, let's fucking go. All right? Yes. Yes. All right. Woo. Yeah, I think a trailer is definitely coming very, very soon. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes this week, to be quite honest. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. If we got a trailer this week, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. Tuesday, maybe. Tuesday's like drop day for like games and movies, like in terms of trailers and stuff. Yeah, you can delay it, boycott it. Godzilla vs. Kong still arrives all the same. That's very true. That's very true. I think Tuesday. But if we don't get it Tuesday, it's gonna be within the next couple of weeks.
Dora super chatted $10. You can delay it. Boycott it. GVK still arrives all the same.
This is true. This is true. All right. Now, with all this, there are some people who are concerned. I understand that. Now, the question is this the right move for Warner Brothers and Legendary moving it up to March? Here's how I see it. The minute COVID hit, every movie, including Godzilla vs. Kong, was pretty much dead under the water. Because, I mean, look at Wonder Woman, okay? Now, granted, Wonder Woman was a bad movie. And it did not do too well, okay? This movie, I don't expect it to do financially well. I really don't. I think they're going to take whatever they can from the movie. They're going to make whatever they can from the movie. I do think Legendary, if nothing else, they got their they got their production budget back. I think Warner Brothers got a sweet multi-million-dollar deal from HBO for all these movies. So I don't think Warner Brothers and Legendary are going to walk away here with losses. Now, anything they make from the movie, as little as it's going to be, is going to be profit for them, I think. I really don't think, look, I believe some people don't realize that HBO and Warner Brothers are not one and the same. They have a very close business relationship, and obviously HBO is to compete with Disney. They basically got together, which is why you see all the DC stuff on there. This is why Warner Brothers are putting all their movies on there. So I don't think money is really an issue in terms of whatever deal Warner Brothers got from HBO in terms of money for all these movies. And we know that Legendary got basically the money it took for them to make this movie back. So anything after that is dunzo. With that said,
Newt's for Kaiju tipped $1. Rob, what's the plan for when the trailer drops? Will you do an initial trailer reaction stream like you did for Cotton?
I haven't heard that one in a long time. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I might just do a classic video. You know what I mean? So is this a bad move moving up to March? No, this is not a bad move. It's like I said yesterday, the longer you sit on an asset, the less potential money you have to make, right? I think the way Warner Brothers and Legendary thought about it was, along with HBO, is that, look, it's not going to change in May, all right? Even if everything happens to open up, people are still going to be reluctant to come to the theaters. I also think that some movie studios are starting to see the writing on the wall. And what I mean by that is movie theaters are not going to be the same even after this is over. I think people are going to see the benefit of watching a brand new movie at home. This is not to say that I'm not saying that movie theaters are going to shut down. No, I believe movie theaters will always be there for the people who want to see movies at home. But understand that moviegoers, the majority of moviegoers that generate revenue for movie production companies and studios and all that, these are general people. All right. These are people who they had a rough day at work. You know, a couple of their buddies want to get together and catch a new flick. They go in, they go see the movie. Or a family is getting together on a Friday night. They want to take the kids, all four of them, get in the car and drive to the movies. The idea of seeing it at home is a lot more appealing to people than you might think. If you're a hardcore moviegoer and you love the movie theater experience, I completely understand. I completely agree with you. That is the preferred method for many of us. But you would be surprised how many people out there would love to watch the movies in their house. I mean, what's the point of having a 70-inch Ultra K, Ultra HD 4K TV with surround sound, Dolby Digital 3D surround sound, and then not use it on something like a big action movie? You understand? A lot of people are going to find that very appealing. So I think the scope of theaters are going to change. I think the studios know this, and I think right now this is a test run. This is a test run to see how they can manage to do this while making a profit. How much subscriptions would this generate for HBO? I do think it's going to generate a number of subscriptions. Now, the key is the staying power. I think HBO Max has enough content on their platform to keep people around. I've enjoyed HBO Max since its release. I've watched a lot of shows that I never watched on HBO before. Oz, I got to finish watching The Sopranos. I always like revisiting Game of Thrones for all the, forget whatever the last season was. A lot of Game of Thrones episodes are great. I had never seen The Big Bang Theory. I got to watch the whole series on HBO Max. So there's content on there to watch. This is not a bad move. I don't think it's a good or a bad move. I just think this is a move they made because they want to have a constant flow of movies releasing on HBO Max that people are interested in, and it's going to keep generating subscriptions. You got Godzilla vs. Kong in March. You have the Snyder Cut coming out anywhere between the end of March and shortly thereafter. Dune is eventually going to be there. There's a couple of other movies that are coming. A movie called Saints something. I forgot the name of it. So there's a lot of stuff. You still have whatever DC movies are coming out in the future. They'll probably be on HBO Max. I understand there's people out there who are concerned about the amount of money this movie is going to make, how it's going to affect the Monsterverse, so on and so forth. Here's the truth. This movie was never going to make money. The chance of this movie making money or making a huge profit was slim to none before COVID. After the performance of King of the Monsters, no matter what anyone tells you, no matter how many people want to be optimistic, I'm not being negative, I'm being honest. The fact that King of the Monsters performed poorly, it was never a guarantee that Godzilla vs. Kong would pick up the slack. Now, I personally believe it would simply because of title. People know Kong. Americans love King Kong, and people know who Godzilla is. I'm talking about people that are not hardcore kaiju fans. They know this. So I felt confidently that they'd want to see this movie just on clout alone. Even with that, the chance that the movie was going to make a huge profit to keep the Monsterverse going was still very slim. I felt confident it would make a profit. I felt confident it would do well enough to make Warner Brothers and Legendary happy. Separate from that, in terms of wishing this movie does well because you want the Monsterverse to continue, there's another thing that's not a guarantee. I made this argument yesterday. I'll make it again. How do you go beyond Godzilla vs. Kong? Where do you go after that? I mean, granted, we still have to see the movie. We still have to see how it ends. We don't know if there's a big end credit scene that might guarantee us or at least tell us that there's another movie coming. Who knows? But as it stands now, if Godzilla vs. Kong ends and there's no big reveal at the end of another movie coming or any hints or anything, how would you go beyond Godzilla vs. Kong? You've already spent Ghidorah, all right, Ghidorah. I know I say Ghidorah, sorry. You've already spent Mothra. You've already spent Rodan. I mean, those are three of the most popular and well-known kaiju within the Godzilla universe here in the States. Okay? You can argue Mechagodzilla as well, and I agree with that. I think that's why he's going to be in this movie. I don't agree with it, but they kind of ditched the realism aspect in King of the Monsters. And I said to you guys a long time ago, for the 40 strong who've been here every stream, you guys have heard me say this. If they're going to do Mechagodzilla, you do him in the last movie in the Monsterverse. Why? Because after that, because of how people are going to take it, because of how people might view it, general audience now, not us kaiju fans, no one's going to come back. No one's going to come back. It doesn't make sense when you, and again, I want you guys to know I'm talking in the sense of a general audience, not somebody who's a horror kaiju fan, somebody who's not too familiar with Mechagodzilla. The minute somebody watches this movie and they see Mechagodzilla, the first thing they're going to ask themselves is, why would any military force, be it domestic or even a foreign terrorist organization, because we know now that Apex Cybernetics, why would they build a robot monster in the image of Godzilla? Why not Kong? Why not a humanoid? You know what I mean? Like, these are questions that we don't ask as kaiju fans, because for us, it's like, it's cool and it's what we want and it's what we want to see. But the general audience is going to be like, okay. So, and now that I know Mechagodzilla is going to be in this movie, now that I know that this movie is probably not going to make any money, and just the fact that it's Godzilla versus Kong, to me, all the signs are there that this is it. All the signs are there that this is it. And when I say that, I mean in terms of movies. I do think the Monsterverse will continue. I do think you will see, maybe even on HBO, I do believe you might see another Monsterverse related series. Whether or not it's animated remains to be seen. I do think, look, you're going to get more comics. You're going to get more books. We all know this. So I don't see...
Ichiro Honda's Ghost tipped $1. You need to stay for the post-credits of GVK. That's when Warner Brothers plans to release the damn trailer. It's all over headline news. Turbo Kingdom also has it on their website. LOL. Bitches.
I believe it. Yeah, I mean, so now look, I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see like Monsterverse movies continue. Hell, I felt strongly that Destroyer would fit great in the Monsterverse, especially after King of the Monsters with what they did, even though they kind of shoved in the Oxygen Destroyer, but the seed was planted there. You could run with that. A monster like Biollante would be great in the Monsterverse. So yeah, there's monsters in the Toho gallery in the universe of Godzilla. There are Toho monsters that would certainly work in the Monsterverse. But I think the problem is not that these certain monsters wouldn't work. It's the fact that general audiences don't know about them. General audience don't know who Biollante is. General audiences don't know who Destroyer is. I mean, these were one-off monsters. You know, King Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan. I mean, Rodan and Mothra had their own movie back in the 60s. So there's a lot of people, you know, like my parents, you know, that grew up watching those monsters.
Big Bad Wolf super chatted $2. Hedorah would also fit in well.
Yeah, but he's another one off. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, he would fit in well, sure. So you gotta understand, a lot of people grew up watching King Ghidorah, watching Mothra, watching Rodan. None of those people grew up watching Destroyer. King Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan have a longer history. They're more familiar with a large abundance of audience goers. Not only those who grew up in the 60s and the 50s and all that, but also a lot of you guys. You know, even though a lot of you guys might be young, and I know a lot of you guys relate to the Heisei series, but a lot of you guys have seen the Showa series. You guys know who these monsters are. So when you take that into consideration, when you take into the fact that those were the three most recognizable monsters that could broaden the audience, that gave you your best chance.
Baby Wheel Ghost tipped $1. I have the trailer, but if you want it, you have to bring me back to the aquarium first.
Oh, okay. We'll take care of that. So King Ghidorah, Mothra, and Rodan gave them the best opportunity to broaden their audience. And that's a smart move. That was a very smart move to choose those three monsters. And look what happened. The movie didn't do well. This movie's going to do better. It is an epic showdown. You know, I'm sure they had great marketing ideas that they would have loved to have pulled out of their ass, but they didn't get a chance to. Let me lower this a little bit.
Mr. L super chatted $9.99. Only explanation that makes sense to me is the scarecrow theory. Control the Titans and you control the world. Kill Kong and Godzilla. Makag as Apex's puppet to fool and control the Titans.
Yeah, that's probably where it's going. So yeah, so I don't think this is a bad move. I don't think it's a move that you could judge as good and bad at all. Whether Godzilla releases in March or whether it releases in May, I don't think it's going to make a difference financially. Marketing, I mean, you know, we're going to see what they do, but how much did we really expect them to invest in marketing? They're already losing money as it is. Right now, a lot of these companies are focused on not losing money. If they can make money and they see opportunities to make money, of course they're going to do it. But the goal right now, at the current state that things are, is not to lose money. You lose money the longer you take to release an asset. This movie has taken way too long to release. This movie should have been released this time last year. No, not this time, May last year. And even before that, they had already delayed it. I think this is a move of, you know what? Let's get this out there. We got a lot more movies slated that we can push back on HBO Max. Let's get Godzilla vs. Kong out there. There's a lot of fans who want to look. There's a lot of buzz for this movie. It's been trending. There's people that are interested, and that's without marketing. So I don't think they have to put that much in marketing right now to get people buzzing about it. I mean, think about it. You got Godzilla vs. Kong trending on Twitter? I mean, that's a pretty big deal. So let's not pretend like marketing is the end-all, be-all of whether or not this movie is going to succeed. A lot of you guys have been talking about it enough. A lot of people have been complaining about it enough on Twitter that it makes its rounds. You know, if anything, we're kind of doing the marketing for the movie, whether we're bitching about it or we're expressing how excited we were, we can't wait. Once, all they need to do is drop one trailer. That's it. I don't foresee much marketing for this movie going forward. I see one big trailer coming anywhere between this week and mid-February, and then that's going to be cut into commercials. And the commercials are going to be specialized for HBO Max. So I'm not taking away how anyone feels about this move. If you're upset about it, you're entitled to that. If you're disappointed, but if this is stemming from being concerned about how it affects the movie, I think the most important thing, and this is just my opinion, I think the most important thing right now is to be concerned about whether or not the movie's good. I think that's more important. Because if the movie's good, that's going to help it. Look at Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman sucked. Wonder Woman 84 was garbage. And that movie suffered. I mean, do we know for a fact that it would have done better had the movie been better? Maybe not, but I certainly don't think it would have hurt if the movie was better. So I think the most important thing right now is knowing that we get a good movie. And at this point, a fun movie. You know what I mean? A fun movie. So, I think, I know a lot of people, I know D-Man's been very, very upset about this. He's been posting on Twitter a lot. Look, he's entitled to feel the way he feels. I understand he feels that way because he cares about the movie. I get it. And I care about the movie too. But at the same time, I used to get caught up in the whole, I wanted to make this much money because I wanted to do well. And you know what? what helps a movie do well is if it's good. If it's good, the money will come. So that's kind of my priority now. I just want the movie to be good. Excuse me. Okay. I don't care. I know this sound. I used to care about this, but as we got closer to King of the Monsters, I stopped caring about this. The amount of money the movie makes. I don't stress out about that anymore because number one, I'm not going to see a penny of it. So why should I give a shit? It is Legendary and Warner Brothers' responsibility to provide a good product that's going to generate revenue. I have nothing to do with that. So me caring about how much money it makes zero sense to me. Caring about whether or not the movie does well is reliant and dependent on if the movie's good. And that's what's important to me, is that the movie's good. If it makes $1 billion, great. You know, I mean, no Godzilla movie would ever make $1 billion. But if it's good, word of mouth can do wonders. Yeah, exactly. And that's what's important. You know, for those of you guys, and some of you might be here, you know, or maybe somebody who might catch this later, if you're worried about the amount of money this movie's going to make, don't, because it's not going to make any. And it's not going to make any, not because it may not be good or it may be bad or whatever. It's not going to make any because of the situation everyone's in. Okay? It's not going to make money like that. And what's important now is streaming services want to take advantage of what's going on right now with everybody being home by getting them to sign up for their service. The best way for them to sign up for their service is to have content and to provide new content. This is where I think Legendary and Warner Brothers are making their money. So I don't think people need to worry about that anymore. Number one, you're not going to see a penny of it, so why should you care? Number two, don't worry about these companies. They're going to find ways to make revenue. And I think the way they're doing it is by cutting deals with streaming services. And maybe the deals they're making are just making them break even. But right now, the way things are going, breaking even, you're in a good spot. That means you can still run your studio. You can still pay people for their work. And that's that. You know, and that's how it is. So I think this overall is a good move for fans. People have been waiting long enough for this movie. I don't think it's a bad move one way or the other. I don't think you can make really, I don't think you can make a move that could be advantageous or disadvantageous at this point, the way things are. If you're a new movie and you're released and you're on stream, people are going to watch you. People are going to watch, for better or for worse. So, you know, and that's that. All right. There was a clip today. I'm not going to show it here because, you know, I think I've trudged on dangerous waters enough for the first 10 minutes of the stream. It was another like 3-second clip of Godzilla coming out of the water and then getting japped by Kong. Pretty cool. All right. I want to make another argument here. I made this argument some time ago when we first saw this aircraft carrier clip with Kong and Godzilla. My wife's laughing because she's like, I've heard all these arguments before. I get that it looks silly. Okay? I get it. I know there's some people who think it's ridiculous. I'm trying to figure out how anyone can conclude anything from a 3-second clip. That's just me. Number two, when this clip first came out in 2019, I remember we were streaming, and maybe I should pull it up now just to reference it again. And I gave the statistics on what was one of the largest aircraft carriers in the world. And this aircraft carrier was about 1,400 feet long, which means if you stand it upright and you stack Kong on top of Godzilla, they're still not going to be taller than this damn thing. So the idea of Kong and Godzilla fighting on an aircraft carrier is not exactly far-fetched. Is it unrealistic? Well, of course it is. But this series stopped being realistic when King of the Monsters came out. which I'm not disappointed about. Yes, I love the realistic aspect. 2014 is still my favorite Monsterverse movie, but I'm a sucker for the cheesy goodness. I am, and I loved King of the Monsters for that. Plus, I got to see some of the greatest kaiju in Godzilla's universe on screen in modern day. So, another thing we need to take into consideration is we have to see the scene fully play out. There's a portion of the aircraft carrier that is kind of tipping down. I mean, for all we know, while they're fighting on this thing, it could completely be sinking and cracking and falling apart. There's not enough context there to determine whether or not this is something that should be taken seriously. And even with that, you shouldn't take it seriously anyway. I think it's a new shot, something we've never seen before. I think that's the goal here. I'm not against that, but I got to see it play out before I completely criticize it for looking ridiculous, if you want to say that. That's just me. Yeah, daylight. Let's hope it stays that way. Two is not enough. It's not enough for me to criticize it. I've been very consistent about that. I said that when I saw the trailer for Godzilla Singular Point. I said it many years ago when Shin Gojira came out and they first revealed what he looked like. I always been consistent when I say I have to see it in action to get the full context of how I feel before I express any criticism or any praise. I don't think 3 seconds is remotely enough. I mean, I remember I saw the full Shin Gojira trailer, and that was what, like a minute and a half maybe? And even after that, I was like, all right, well, I got to see it in full. I got to see the movie in its entirety to see whether or not I like this new look, whether it works for me. And it did. Even though I didn't like the movie, I liked the new design. I thought it was cool. I thought it worked out in the movie. So I can't destroy this clip with a total of 3 seconds. I just can't. Plus, we don't even know if that clip's going to be in the movie. I mean, how many times have we seen a trailer or we've seen a clip from a movie and then we go see the movie and it's not in there? I just think people need to relax. Relax. I'm just waiting for the super chat to read. What's going on, David?
Angelo 321 Luna super chatted $9.99. Hey Rob, even if this is the end of the MV, I'm happy we all got to go on this journey together, and I have some great nostalgia from getting hyped over these movies since 2013 with this channel.
Absolutely. What's going on? So it could be concept footage, maybe. I don't know. I don't, I'm just saying there's so many possibilities regarding that clip that I think it's too soon to call judgment. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, it looks like it probably is in the movie. I mean, that looks like a pretty big shot. It looks like a pretty big moment to not be in the movie. But even still, we got to kind of see how it plays out. So, how is Godzilla not knocked out after that? Well, again, we don't know if he's knocked out after that. All we saw was the punch. We didn't see the aftermath. So, gotta wait. I still believe that no later than Tuesday we may see a trailer. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Tuesday too. I remember asking that question for the podcast, Rob. Which question was that? Yeah, I like seeing Sub-Zero for a brief second for Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Oh yeah, if the Monsterverse ends with Godzilla vs. Kong, then it was a great run. Yeah, I don't see why it would need to continue. Now that I really sit down and think about it, why would it need to continue? If this is supposed to be your big conflict, then where do you go after that? You know? I mean, I guess they could do a Destroy All Monsters where you bring back, maybe you could bring back King Ghidorah as Mecha King Ghidorah and it takes all the Titans to take him down this time. I don't know. But I don't understand how Kong will be stronger than King Ghidorah. I don't think I've heard this one before. I don't think it's a matter of necessarily stronger. I think it's a matter of matchup. I'll give you a good example of what I mean. You ever have, like, let's say, for example, football playoffs, right? So you ever have a football team that's like 10-0, and they go up against a team one week that's like, I don't know, let's say 2-8. But for some reason, the 2-8 team gives them the toughest game they've had that season. It's not necessarily because one team is stronger than the other. It's because maybe there are certain skilled players on the losing team that match up well with this particular winning team. You understand what I'm getting at? Like, maybe the winning team has a receiver that has been destroying everyone, and the losing team has that one defensive cornerback that shuts him down and cripples the offense for the other team. My argument here is that I think Ghidorah is stronger, but I think Kong is a tougher matchup for Godzilla because for all of King Ghidorah's power, he's about as sloggy as Godzilla is. Kong isn't. Kong is not sloggy. Kong is going to be faster. He's going to be smarter. And he's going to probably match Godzilla's strength, which we could argue is not stronger than King Ghidorah in this Monsterverse. Remember, it took a lot for Godzilla to take him down. All right? It took an infusion of Mothra power for Godzilla to even survive and make a comeback. So if Kong has equal strength to Godzilla, and he's faster than him, and he's smarter than him, you understand what I'm getting at? He matches up better. He's a tougher matchup for Godzilla than some of his prior opponents. I think that's what people are kind of missing. Like, automatically they think, well, there's no way he's not stronger than King Ghidorah, so how could he beat Godzilla? It's not that simple. It's really not that simple. I don't think it's that as simple as people think it is. You gotta, I mean, again, this is a movie, so like, it's whatever the writers want. But if I'm looking at it from that standpoint of how is it, if I'm asking myself, because I did, how can Kong give Godzilla a hard time if Kong is nowhere stronger than King Ghidorah and Godzilla beat King Ghidorah? Well, then that's when you kind of break down how is this possible. Number one, Godzilla didn't necessarily beat King Ghidorah by himself. King Ghidorah had him dead to rights until Mothra was in his body and kind of brought him back to life. He also got jacked up on nuclear juice before the fight. I mean, when you look at their first matchup in King of the Monsters, King Ghidorah wiped the floor with Godzilla. It was not even a close match. He beat him pretty soundly and then took off like, I can't fuck with you right now. I got better things to do. So Kong is going to present a much different dynamic to Godzilla than King Ghidorah did. Yeah, exactly. It's not rock, paper, scissors. There's a lot of that goes into a battle. Yeah, exactly. For all we know, Kong could use guerrilla tactics, no pun intended, against Godzilla. What if Godzilla makes it to Skull Island and he's fighting Kong, and Kong uses his terrain to his advantage? He starts swinging from giant trees and drop kicking Godzilla in the back of the head out of nowhere. I mean, these are tactics that weren't used against Godzilla in this Monsterverse. So there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah. Opposite feats, yeah. If only the 2005 King Kong could see this fight, he'd probably shit his pants. Here's the thing. Kong's near water, though Ghidorah was out of his element and Godzilla was winning in the water. Yes, so. So you're saying Kong can't swim? I don't understand that. Do you think we'll get a tree mouse scene? Yeah, I do. I think you'll get something like it. Godzilla's size, weight, strength, durability, armor, atomic powers, regenerability, very aquatic. tail endurance, razor sharp spines and claws and teeth. Also strong jaws. Well, I don't know about a strong jaw. That jaw ain't very big. Godzilla would have a much bigger advantage in the water. He would have an advantage for sure. Axe in the ass. This match is basically a sumo wrestler versus Rambo. What? A sumo wrestler versus Rambo would be an absolute one-sided fight. Rambo wouldn't even get near the sumo wrestler. He'd just put a bullet in his ass and call it a day. I'm hoping the daytime fight clip isn't some kind of dream scenario and we actually get a full daytime fight. Well, even if it's a dream scenario, it's still a daytime fight, right? You say that Wonder Woman 84 was a flop, Rob, but I heard that there's going to be making Wonder Woman 3. No, I know. That doesn't mean the second one was good. Just because they're making a third one doesn't mean the second one was good. How many sequels have we seen where the prior movie sucked ass? I bet you we could name a list of series where there were like 9 or 10 sequels and every one of them was garbage, except maybe 1 or 2. And that's usually the first and the second movie. So just because they're making a part 3 is not a good argument that the movie was good or successful. I mean, King of the Monsters was a flop. It's getting a sequel. So, you know? Well, to be fair, Transformers from Michael Bay made a shit ton of money. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that the movies were good. I mean, I enjoyed them personally because I just love Michael Bay movies. But they made a lot of money. Wonder Woman 84 was all right. It just doesn't have rewatchability. It doesn't have watchability. If I had known that movie was going to be that bad, I would have never watched it. What a waste of time. And what a far cry from the first one. The first one was so good. Yeah, I like Michael Bay's Transformers. So anyway, yeah, so overall, I think this is a good thing. Okay? It's a good thing for us. I don't think we should worry about whether or not this is a good thing for the studio. It just doesn't make any sense. You know, we don't have any stakes in this. I think Godzilla's fine no matter what. If the Monsterverse ends, that's not the end of Godzilla. I think that's another thing people tend to not realize is like, even if the Monsterverse ends, Godzilla doesn't end. We're still getting a Godzilla series on Netflix. I'm pretty sure Toho will make more Godzilla movies down the road. In fact, I believe they intend to. And don't be surprised if like 10 or 15 or 20 years from now, you get an American reboot of Godzilla and they do it all over again. So I don't think there's too much to worry about. I don't think people should worry at all. I think this is something people should be happy about. People should just relax and go enjoy the movie. I don't think, I understand, complain, and people have a right to criticize, complain, whatever. But I really don't see think about it. Like, people complained how far back this movie was. People complained about having to wait till May. Now you're having to wait only 10 weeks, and people are still, I don't understand it sometimes. Like, what do you want exactly? And then when you figure out what you want, I want you to tell yourself it doesn't matter what the fuck you want because it's not about you. Right? I think that's the other problem is that people, they have a certain thought in their mind of how they want to see a movie, how they would love to see it release, how they would like to see the marketing go, how this, how that. And during all those wonderful dreams, you forget that reality is it doesn't fucking matter what you want. Like, I got this thing I tell my son sometimes because my son is in the I want stage. And you know what I tell him? Want in one hand, shit in the other, and see which one weighs more. You know what I'm saying? That's it. What's going on, Valentin? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that, Jonesy. Let's
Life sucks. Get a fucking helmet, all right?
That's it. That's it. Yeah, that's the fear. In 20, 30 years, Disney owns the planet and rebrands by and large. By and large from Wally. Wally, yeah. People love to complain. Yeah, I know. I'm happy that we're finally getting it after all this time and not having to wait another year for it, even if we can't watch it in theaters. Yeah, I mean, and you might still get a chance to watch it in theaters. It's going to release in theaters, and if a theater is open near you, go see it. Hell, that look, you want to know something? COVID, this pandemic is probably the best time to go to the movies. Who the hell's going to be there? You'll be the only one in the theater, and maybe one or two other people, and you can sit far enough away from them where you don't have to worry about wearing a mask. Everybody has their own imagination of how the movie will play out. I just hope everybody judges the movie based on what it is, not what they want. Well, that's the problem, Mister. A lot of people these days judge movies on what they think it should have been, and you know that's a problem. Yeah, I mean, wear a mask if someone's sitting near you, but if you're like on one side of the theater and they're like fucking 30 feet from you, you don't have to wear a mask. If there's one close enough that's open, yeah, I'll go to the theater. Watching a movie in the theaters with a mask and glasses would be hell. Yeah, I know, because when I go outside and I wear sunglasses and then I put a mask in before I go in the store, I just get the fog. I hate that shit. I understand what you're saying, Rob, but personally, I love what they set up for the Monsterverse, and I feel like any Godzilla movies after this will not live up to the previous film. Wait, I understand what you're saying, Rob, but me personally, I love what they set up for the Monsterverse, and I feel like any Godzilla movies after this will not live up to the previous film. Uh, I think we all think that to one extent or another until the next movie comes out. The truth of it is, Severio, is that in 5 years, no one's going to remember. Honestly, no one's going to remember. If this is the last movie in the MonsterVerse, and let's say it's epic, everyone loves it. Oh man, it's great, 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 great. And let's say 15 years later, they come up with a new Godzilla versus Kong or a new Godzilla movie, and even if it's remotely good, it's going to be the hottest shit since sliced bread when it comes out. That's the truth. That's the truth. Remember the hype for King of the Monsters? I barely remember it sometimes. Yeah, I know. I know. All this stuff, all this excitement, all these feelings are usually feelings in the moment. That punch that Kong gave to Godzilla made me almost think he was going to flop down. That punch was devastating. I'm still talking about it. Yeah, I know. No, it looks like a devastating punch. Yeah, I'm just happy to get a Godzilla vs Kong movie at all. Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes. It's just knowing you're getting it. You know, Godzilla 2014 hype was next level. I'll never forget it. Well, that was different because that's the first time we were getting a Godzilla movie in 10 years. And then it was American. And when we saw the concept of him in the shadow, we immediately knew we were getting a more closer to the source material design. Why does Godzilla look smaller than the plane? What plane? Oh, you mean one of the planes on the aircraft carrier? Well, I mean, when he got on the aircraft carrier, he was like belly flopped. So he wasn't even standing upright. Is the mic working? Yeah, I should hope so. I've been talking for almost an hour. Joey, Mr. Unprepared. What up, Rob? I just finished watching Tenet and now I'm here. Oh, cool. Yeah, I got to watch it. I'm reviewing it next week, so I'm going to watch it probably Monday because I got a bunch of other movies I already watched I'm going to review for next week. Godzilla 2014 was a whole different story. The hype for that movie was legendary. Yeah, it was. No pun intended, right? Legendary. There's a jet on the aircraft carrier that looks big. Maybe it's a B-52. I don't know. I'm excited to see, but I admit I'm a little bitter that we will not get to experience a traditional 4 to 6 month marketing campaign. I'm sure it would have been epic. Oh, I agree, but you know, given the conditions, it doesn't make sense to invest a lot of money into a marketing campaign when you already know what the end result is. You know that a lot of people are not going to be in the theaters, and you know that 90% of everybody's going to watch it at home. It doesn't make sense to invest that kind of money. So, did you watch The Mandalorian yet? I watched it. I finished watching it pretty much when everyone else did. Who would you want to see Kong? Who would want to see Kong grab Godzilla by the tail and flip him over? Wow, I don't know if I'd want to see that. It took me a while to be sold on Godzilla running at King Ghidorah. So let's take it one step at a time here. Used now to justify Kong losing too quickly to Godzilla. What mental gymnastics will people use now to justify Kong losing to too quickly to Godzilla? Oh, so you're expecting it to be a blowout? It's not gonna be a blowout, man. It's gonna be a very close fight. Wouldn't even surprise me if Kong wins. Remember, you're talking about a movie, okay? You think the writers are gonna write in a blowout? Come on. Come on. Brain, man, brain. Try not to look at it as something real. This is a movie. It's probably just the angle. Things are closer, can seem bigger compared to something behind it. Omni, sometimes you put words together that I could just so inappropriately twist. I'm going to read that comment again. It's probably just the angle. Things that are closer can seem bigger compared to something behind it. Oh, really? I'm still waiting for the Godzilla in the West trailer. Oh, Omni, I forgot to tell you, I had wings today. So, just saying. Yeah, you need a baby. That's right. I was taking shots at the people who insist that Kong was going to get destroyed in the movie. Yeah, he's not. Anybody who thinks that is just being a moron. Let's just be honest. Godzilla in the West was Mandalorian season 2, episode 1. Oh, was it really? Do you think this will inspire Toho to remake their own version Godzilla vs Kong? Maybe. I don't know if they'll be able to. I think if I'm not mistaken, somebody in chat will know. I think Kong, not King Kong, Kong is like open source. You know what I mean? Like they can use that. You just can't call him King. Or there's something along those lines, but I don't know. Or it might have changed by now, but I don't know. I don't care about the end result as long as it's entertaining. Yeah. You guys think Godzilla will win against Kong and the Warbat and Skullcrawler? I think Warbat and Skullcrawlers are going to be fodder. I don't think they're going to have any significant role in this movie. Yeah, Kong is freelance. You just can't call him King Kong. Yeah. Is in public domain. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Kong is public domain. King Kong is universal. There we go. Thanks. Yeah. That's another thing too. But I don't think Toho's going to be doing anything Godzilla movies for a while. I think their intent was to start production on one in 2022. But from what I read in the article, middle of last year, they had lost a lot of money, much like many movie studios. So it would push their plans to start making more Godzilla movies to like 2024, 2025. It would be nice to see Mothra, but I don't think we will. I think you'll see a Mothra egg. That Warbat thing doesn't really seem interesting in my honest opinion. It looks cool, but that's it. But we won't know much until March. I don't think the Warbat is going to be a big deal. In fact, I don't even know why they call it Warbat. It doesn't even look anything remotely like a fucking bat. Everybody talks about Godzilla and Kong standing on an aircraft carrier and Mechagodzilla being the silliest parts of this movie, but let's be honest, calling a giant snake a bat. Oh, yeah, there you go, James. I was just saying that. It doesn't even remotely look like a bat. It can fly, yeah, but it still looks like a snake. A bird can fly. Do you refer to it as a bat? You know what I'm saying? Like a snake bat, but does it even remotely look like a bat? It doesn't look like it looks like a giant cobra. It probably has echolocation and shit. Yeah, I guess. Take it easy, Zayd. It probably has snake abilities. Well, it should. It looks like a snake. Bat wings. No, man. Those wings don't even look like a bat. Let me see if I can pull up a picture here. What? Oh. Why did it do that? Why? Can somebody explain to me why I type in Warbat and Google Images gives me a bunch of images of scones? Look at this shit. What does this have to do with Warbat? Why are scone? I think these are called scones. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, there's Warbat here. There's Warbat here. But why do I have pictures of scones when I type in Warbat? Is that what these are known as if I don't call them scones? What? What is this shit? Hold on, let me get a better picture here.
Angelo 321 Luna super chatted $4.99. They should have just named Warbat Danger Noodle cuz that makes more sense.
Well, why not just call him Scone? If that's what Warbat really is. I just want to pull this picture up. Hold on. Hold on. All right, here we go. Zoom in. These do not look like bat wings. Come on, guys. Let's be real. Look at this. This looks nothing like a bat. He doesn't even have hair. Those wings, I mean, those are not bat wings. There's nothing bat about this monster. Yeah, right? Good fella. They do look like dragon wings. Why not call him War Dragon Snake? If anything, he's more dragon-like. Because dragons, in the stage when they don't have their wings, they're called worms. When they're in their youth, they're called worms. So why not call him War Worm? This bat is not Batman approved. It's so true. Yeah, that's a good one, Jamel. No, they do not look like bat wings. Chinese snake dragon. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know where they're coming from with that. Hey, buddy. Going to bed? Good night, bud. That's Warbat. Even though he's not a bat. Yeah, no, but he's not a bat. Seriously.
Wait, did they already know you moved to a new house?
Yes, they know. They could tell by my background it's significantly changed, and I still haven't put my lighting up yet. I got to put my lighting up so you can see the background better, my figures and stuff.
Why not?
Yeah, so I don't know why they're calling this thing Warbat. It's more like just War Snake. I don't know. I want to thank everybody for coming here tonight, by the way. We have 175 people. That's awesome. Glad you guys showed up. 92 likes. If we can get 8 more, I would love to get that to 100. I would greatly appreciate if some of you guys hit that like button. Get it up to 100. Badass. This is the new mutated COVID-19 bat. That's what that is. Yeah, simply for the sake of cool name. That's a fair argument. War Noodle. There you go. Night, sweetie.
War
Oh,
noodle?
love you.
Dad, did someone just
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. 109. Much love. Thank you guys very much. They probably called him Warbat because they needed to sell toys. Now they're gonna confuse many kids. Kids are gonna see they're gonna see a picture of a snake or a cobra, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's a warbat." Teacher's gonna be like, "No, it's a cobra." And the teacher's gonna be like, "This is a bat," and they're gonna be like, "No, that's Batman," or "That's just a flying rat." Oh, you guys think that's funny? See, my kids. See, it's okay if you guys don't laugh because my kids laugh. Warbat's gonna give the other monsters COVID.
I'm gonna tell the viewers.
All right, you want to tell them something? Go ahead, real quick.
Hey guys, I want to tell you something. I think you guys are the best people, and if you guys hit thumbs down, one of you's people out there, you are going to get COVID Warbat.
Oh man, that was funny. That's a good one, boy. That was good.
Wait, what did everyone started saying on the chat?
They're laughing. They think it's pretty funny. That was cute. Look up what'd you say? Look up what? Jolly Jake Lau, sucks to be you, thumb downer. I don't know why, that just cracked me up the way you said that. Oh man.
Ishiro Honda's ghost tipped $1. Great. Now we have a fucking flying snake bat. Add that to 1,000 banners, 6 seconds of footage in 4 years. They should call it Pelosi Bat because no one knows what she is either. She just exits and looks ugly too.
Oh man. Yeah, not COVID. Warbat COVID. That's even worse. Because then, you know what happens? You get Warbat COVID, you turn into a scone. That oozes cheese. Ugh. Unless it's ricotta or, then that's not too bad. I like ricotta. Sooner or later, COVID Warbat will appear in chat. That's true. Cinecron, that's very true. I give it 10-minute dick cheese. Oh, Alex went there. Or crotch crud. Oh, there's Warbat COVID. At least on tips right now.
Warbat COVID tipped $1. I will infect all you motherfuckers.
Oh, that's just a great one. Right? Nice and simple. I will infect all you motherfuckers. Oh man, already called it. Yeah, there you go. Oh my God. That was good. COVID Warbat will infect us all, yeah? Oh man. Leave it to my son to start a trend in chat. He doesn't even know there's a lot of people in here. Like, he has no idea. He just told that to like 150 plus people. Godzilla's tested positive already? Oh no. Kinky Dora versus COVID Warbat. I still give Kinky Dora the edge there because of his kinkiness. He'll turn Warbat he'll bring Warbat into the Kinkyverse. I know there's some people here that don't know what the hell we're talking about. Monsterverse will continue with Warbat versus Rodan. I would just want to know why why scones came up when I typed in Warbat. Are they really called Warbat like in other countries or something? Oh, look at Hassan. There you go. That makes so much sense now. Godzilla and Kong both got the vaccine and moved the fight to March. There you go. It all makes sense. Hey, Rob, been around since the first E.T.N channel years ago. Just stopped by to say hello. Ready for Godzilla vs. Kong. Going to be awesome. Oh, man. Tyler, thanks for stopping by, bro. Yeah, it's going to be great, man. 10 weeks away. It's going to be exciting. COVID-19. That's good. It's an Arabic pastry. Ah. Have you been watching Walking Dead? Nah, man. I haven't. I gotta finish it. I haven't watched Walking Dead since the season Rick left.
Warbat COVID tipped $1. I was created by the imagination of a fucking awesome kid. I will infect Godzilla and Kong. Make Mecha G scream like a bitch. I will make COVID and Ghost of Angurius cry like a little bitch. Fucking fear me.
Uh-oh, Warbat's starting his rampage. If this is going to be the last Monsterverse film, like you said, then do you think we will see Rodan and Mothra again one last time? I hope so. I don't know if we'll see them in any large role, but if it is the last movie, I would think they'd want to give him one last send-off, you know? Maybe, you know, well, Mothra, that'll be tough because she's dead. But they did have an egg at the end credit scene, right? Maybe we can see it hatch and see a new larva. Rodan is submissive to Godzilla, as we know right now. So who knows? You think Godzilla and Kong are going to die in this movie? Oh, that'll really piss people off. I don't care if they make it the last movie, but let's not kill these motherfuckers. Rob, have tried Apple TV Plus because the content they have is pretty good. No, I'm not a big Apple supporter. Vote yes for Rob Reaction Live. But here's the thing. Let's say this trailer comes out like Tuesday afternoon. I can't go live there. And I'm not going to wait till nighttime to watch the trailer. You damn that. You'll get a video. I'm not waiting till like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night to watch the trailer. If that trailer drops in the afternoon, I'm basically going to tie like, you know, a towel around my kid's mouth to be quiet while I do a trailer review. Because they're home from school, so. I would say Ghidorah and Rodan are supposedly getting figures for them from Playmates, so that could mean some. Well, I think we're definitely going to see Ghidorah. I think he's gonna I mean, you know, you don't have an end credit scene with this guy buying his head, and then we don't see how that pays off. In fact, Michael Dougherty said as much.
Warbat COVID tipped $1. I'm coming for that ass thumbs downer. Get those cheeks ready. I got all this COVID goodness to share because sharing is bitches.
Sharing is caring. Rob, can we get Lenny to roast YouTube reactors once the trailer comes out? Yeah, why not? For old time's sake. Imagine a fight between Warbat and Behemoth. Yeah. That would be, well, I think Behemoth would probably slay his ass. But yeah, Mike Dougherty said in an interview, in fact, I have it on my channel. I don't know if you guys saw this video. I did it like last year or but he said in an interview, he outright said that what happened at the end of King of the Monsters will pay off in Godzilla vs. Kong. Oh, Rodan's here.
Rodan tipped $1. Did you say I was submissive? What the fuck, dude? I thought I was your man? Really, Rob? Really? I don't take it up the ass. And everyone shut the fuck up about being penetrated by a goddamn moth.
Penetrated. I don't know why he says it that way. Hey, look, you're still my boy. I'm just keeping it real. You know? Let me see here. See if I can find that video. Maybe it's in this playlist. Let me see. I just gotta find the thumbnail with Mike Doherty's picture on it. Okay, it's not this playlist, so it must be the other one. All right, here we go. I think it's here. La 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 la. Nope. Oh, maybe. All right. I don't want to spend too much time looking for it, so. But I did make a video where I actually played the clip where he said that.
Warbat COVID tipped $1. Get those cheeks ready, Rodan.
Uh-oh, Rodan's about to get clapped. He did what he's ready. He right.
Warbat COVID tipped $1. Rodan, you couldn't even beat a moth. You lost your manhood. Now bend over like a cute bitch and take it up the ass from the Monsterverse. Let's slap those cheeks.
Wow. So my son wrote me a little note here. Oh, he drew a picture. He said, my birthday, he wanted me to tell you guys, his birthday's on March 7th. So in Godzilla, look at the second. I guess he wanted me to show you guys this picture he drew on a sticky note. So he just drew this right before he went to bed. Let's see if you guys can see that. There he goes. A little Godzilla picture. He can do better. It's just he kind of scribbled it real quick. Why are Godzilla and Kong not wearing a mask? They're immune to that shit, man. Yeah, my son's huge. He has a GMK figure now, and he loves it. He loves GMK.
Oh my god, Dad, what did you think?
I thought it was good. I showed it to everybody. They thought it was cute.
You want me to show the GMK?
Real quick, but you got to get to bed. My son is probably going to take over this channel when I retire. When he gets a little older. All right. He's bringing over his GMK. He wants to show you guys. Ooh, they ain't social distancing either. No, not even close, man. My son has actually put the Lenny wig on before yeah. He's done it before. I think I showed it in stream once, a long time ago.
Dad, I couldn't find the atomic breath.
Oh, that's okay. Yep, very cool.
Look, you can even open his mouth. He has really sharp claws, which I like. Guys, look at that. Isn't that cool? Is that the spike? It's one of my favorite collectors. I got a bunch of more. So, like, that's where you put his atomic breath.
Yeah, it comes with an atomic breath blast.
Yeah.
You clip it in the mouth.
I think when my dad streams next time, I'll see if I can find the atomic breath.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
And good night, everyone. And don't forget about Warbat COVID. Beware.
All right. Good night, guys. This kid is something else. I have an awesome son. Is GMK your son's favorite Godzilla movie? I think it's the design he likes the most.
Kinky Dora tipped $1, talking about penetration, without me? I'm hurt, you know. You inky finkies in the hinky jinky slinky winky heebie jeebies couldn't possibly have cheap buffet without the kinky one.
Oh man. Oh my god, Kinky. I love it. All right. What were we talking about? I got thrown off a little bit. That's what my son always does that to me when he comes up. I get thrown off. So we're going to watch D-Man's new video. Oh yeah, that's right. I did say I wanted to check it out. I haven't seen his new video yet. All right, so we're gonna check out D-Man's new video. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it already. I haven't seen it, so I kind of want to see what he has to say. So let me pull it up real quick. Oh, I found it. Wait, is this it though? Let me just make sure. No, this was a different one where he talks about being nervous. But I did one before that. Yeah, I know. I'm stubborn. I'm still looking for the video that I was referring to.
Rodan tipped $1. Fuck you, Kinky. Go join Man and the zippers on his face with the bitch fest.
Whoa.
Fuck off, asshole.
Whoa. Whoa. That's pretty toxic right there. If I'm being honest. All right, just bear with me a second here. All right, let's pull up D-Man's video. We'll check that out real quick. See what he has to say. New official breakdown footage. Whoop. All right. All right, here we go.
Simultaneously needs to slow down so I can catch up. I'm still only like a day later and I'm so far behind on news. How did that happen? And also, at the same time, they really need to speed up because we need a trailer. God, what the fuck? We need a trailer.
Oh, we'll get a trailer. No worries. We'll get a trailer. It wouldn't surprise me if we get it on Tuesday. It really wouldn't. Rob, how big do you think the new Giant Skull trailer will be? I don't know. Probably smaller than Kong, but bigger than he was before.
Kinky Dora tipped $1. Fuck off, asshole. Say no more, my friend. Bend over. It is your destiny, Inky Finky. To be penetrated by a three-headed horny dragon, then a moth, then a dragon again. For the Kinky Twinkies.
Well, the whole Monsterverse is here now.
Godzilla tipped $1. Rodan, from what has been said, you will be doing a ton of fucking. Ready to be the wide receiver?
Oh my
Brand new
god.
video today. We're going to be doing another Godzilla vs. Kong news and updates. This one's a breakdown and also news and updates combined. We got new footage. We have new footage, and that's something to be excited about. Also, to be excited, Godzilla is trending. It was trending all day, so it's trending on Twitter. That's awesome. Good news. And after a long time of not trending, King Kong finally made it onto the trending page. That's right, Kong and Godzilla trended. And hey, I'd like to take this time to say, let's get the hashtag, give us the damn trailer out there, you know? Why not? At this point, we genuinely need it. It's not even something that I want. You guys know on the channel. I could wait. If it was up to me, the movie would have been delayed, not moved up. If it was up to me, the movie would have been delayed for a while. But it's not. It's now coming out soon, and so we need a trailer because there needs to be more marketing for this movie for the general public. It's not something that I want. It's something that I think needs to absolutely happen for the movie to be successful. They need a trailer within the next 2 weeks. Absolutely, at minimum, they should have had a trailer a month or two ago because their ad campaign is way too short as is. We need a trailer soon. Isa Gonzalez tried to spread.
I think we're gonna
hype.
get it on
She's,
Tuesday.
Of course, an actress in the film. It's cool to see her trying to spread some hype, and so did Jordan Vogt Roberts. I love that. I love that he's still hyped for.
Wow, I want my
hyped
beard to be
see
like
Godzilla
that.
and Kong coming back. Let's get on to the footage, shall we? HBO Max released another one of their 2021 teaser reels where they're like, look at all the cool stuff we have on HBO Max. And in that teaser reel, they gave us, let's count it, boys, another 2 seconds of Godzilla vs. Kong footage. I know, very exciting. Why they keep giving us the absolute bare minimum teases, I don't know. But that appears to be their approach, is how can we tease people
Teach me.
as much as possible so that they're just always...
This is all me right
So
here,
the
bro.
teaser audio, there's nothing
Oh,
really
hold on,
to
I forgot.
It's just some monster
I did all this
sounds, but
myself.
don't
I
think
didn't
it's
need your
really
help.
negative of the actual sound design in the movie, so I'm not really going to talk about the sound design. I put the footage together into a little all scenes in order. I have no idea.
Tyler Brown tipped $1. Why Tuesday? Anything in particular?
No, just that I've been on a prediction fire, so I just feel like making another one and hope that I'm right.
Idea how accurate it is, but we'll run through it to talk about it. So first of all, we start with that clip of Godzilla swimming through the ocean, and yeah, we've seen that clip before. This is from the CCXP Worlds reel. It's cool, you know, I like it. I like Godzilla swimming. He looks very sharp and spiky. And then the new footage,
He does look
leaps
spikier
up
than
out
normal.
of the water and grabs the boat. Now there's a little bit going on with this shot. First of all, let's acknowledge and just appreciate that it's a daytime fight. This is what we've been asking for since 2014, and they are finally giving it to us in a Godzilla movie. We had such a little tease of a daytime fight in King of the Monsters between Godzilla and Ghidorah, but it's so good to see finally a true in the daytime fight. Hopefully it lasts more than 2 seconds, but
Yeah.
in the daytime fight between Godzilla and Kong. So what we're seeing here is Godzilla, I think he's gonna roar and leap up out of the water. It's a very common trope for monsters. You know, we see in Singular Point trailer, Titanosaurus does this, and there's all sorts of things like
Whoa, has that been confirmed to be Titanosaurus? Did I miss something? Everybody shoots Godzilla to help Kong in that boat. Not that shooting him is gonna make a difference. It's definitely a Titanosaurus. No. No, she's putting stuff in the dishwasher. Yeah, for some reason, with all these adjustments on my mic, it used to be that the mic didn't catch background noise, and now it does. I got to figure out how to get rid of that. It's going to take some while. I did tinker with it today, but it takes so long because there's so many different settings.
like this in media where the monsters leap up out of the water over the boat. I guess it's kind of like what whales do, but on a massive scale, you know, just because they're so much bigger. Now, I've talked about this before, but Godzilla looks really short here. I don't know if I'm the only one who notices this, but there's a fighter jet in the front right of the screen, and this fighter jet, it's got to be gigantic, because keep in mind, Godzilla is supposed to be roughly 400 feet. I don't think so. I think they kind of botched the scale.
Yeah, but he's coming out of the water. And he's in the foreground. I mean, he's in the background. The jet's in the foreground. So, no. I mean, it does look that way, but I think it's pretty obvious that Godzilla's in the background and the plane's in the foreground. And Godzilla's still coming out of the water at this point. So, I don't think there's an issue there. I think once you see the full clip, it'll fix itself.
scale on Godzilla in this movie because he appears to be way too short. But yeah, I really like the explosion. I think it's a cool thing, Godzilla rising up out of the water like this. He doesn't really make it. It kind of looks like he crashes down on the boat and grabs for it. Also interesting, I'm not the only one who noticed this. I had a friend who messaged me. Godzilla now has really webbed hands. It's not like the Monsterverse Godzilla hasn't had webbed fingers before, but they are really webbed in this shot. The explosion of water looks really cool, and I like Godzilla rising up. That should be very exciting to see in the movie.
Time out. What if that's not even like Godzilla? I know we've had this theory many times, but Kong gets a dorsal plate for an axe. I'm not going to go into crazy theories right now.
Then, of course, you've got King Kong roaring with the chain around his neck. I think they're transporting Kong on this boat somewhere, and he just wakes up ahead of schedule. And then we get the new footage, and it doesn't look great. I'm going to hold judgment on this because we don't have any true HD. You know, they did release a 1080 version of this, but it's not true HD. It's really grainy quality, and it doesn't look the best. It looks like Kong has been green screened into this background, which is interesting because it's all CG, so I don't know why it doesn't mesh right. I guess just something to do with the lighting doesn't look great. But again, it's not HD, so it's really hard to truly tell what the CG is going to look like in this movie. But yeah, you've got this part of the boat sticking up here in the left, and Kong going for a punch here. Kong is great to see with the beard. It's really cool. The beard looks fantastic in this shot.
What?
It looks very cool. Again, the CG
I must still be the only one not seeing a beard. Are you talking about this? That's not a beard, man. That's a little fucking Fu Manchu. Where's the beard? I don't know.
CG
It's just
doesn't
me.
look the greatest, so we'll have to wait and see. Also, if you pay attention, there's like these flaming things falling from the sky. I don't know what that could be. Maybe Godzilla shoots a plane out of the sky or something. I don't know what could be flaming and smoking out of the sky. We do see tracers going off like crazy in the next shot, so I guess these could be tracers being fired by boats, but it kind of look like sparks or something falling. Now, of course, we do have this
It doesn't look like a beard. It just looks like he's wet, so his hair is running down because he has hair on his face regardless. See, when they said Kong was going to have a beard, I thought it was going to be like some obvious joint. This is not really. Yeah.
Of Godzilla and Kong punching.
That's a
each
peach
other.
fuzz.
Interestingly, it looks like there's a battleship in the foreground that's on fire. I'm not sure why this would be on fire. Maybe it's taken damage from another battleship, or maybe Godzilla or Kong have done some damage to it, but it's not connected to the aircraft carrier they're on, and I don't know why it's on fire. I think it's absolutely silly and quite ridiculous that they're standing on this boat. As you can see, it's in the middle of the ocean, not beached like many people were hoping for. So that argument goes to waste, and you can have people argue this point all day, but absolutely there is no way that Godzilla and Kong could stand on an aircraft carrier. The most interesting thing about this is that the boat is shifting under their weight, so at least they had that bit of realism, but it's shifting downwards towards
Realism.
Kong, as if to say Kong weighs more than Godzilla? That is insane. I don't know how Kong weighs more than Godzilla, but the boat is tipping down towards him. On the boat itself, Godzilla steps on a helicopter, and it looks like it explodes, or at least he's stepping next to it, and there's an explosion going off next to his foot. Interesting also that this isn't the original image, so this isn't the one that got leaked in 2019. It's a new version, and I did tell you guys a while ago that that version that we saw in 2019, it wasn't official. It was a test reel footage. Now we have the official footage, it looks like, and it doesn't 100% match up to the Playmates image. The aspect ratio is quite different, and it doesn't really match up 100% to what we see, but it is a very, very, very close representation of that. Again, it's just kind of an aspect ratio difference is all that it looks like. Kong does go in for a moving punch and lands one right in Godzilla's face. If you look closely, you can actually see a bit of a shockwave come off Godzilla's head when he gets hit. And that's it. That's the whole clip, is Kong punching Godzilla right in the face. Godzilla shifting his weight towards Kong, so it looks like he's going in to kind of tackle him, and then just gets caught off guard with this very powerful punch. A lot of people got hyped for that. Even people who are like, I'm Team Godzilla all the way, but it's still really cool to see Godzilla get hit here. This also does debunk the rumor. We heard that there was going to be a fight on the aircraft carrier where Kong lays into Godzilla, and it just absolutely has no effect on Godzilla. You can see from this clip here, Godzilla's taking a hit, and it's a good hit. He's moving with it. So yeah, I don't think that it's just going to be this completely mismatched fight where Kong can't even stand up to Godzilla. Also, yes, Godzilla is hunched over in a bit of a sumo pose, and Kong is lunging upward, but he's not off the ground. He hasn't leaped off the ground. He's lunging upward, though. It truly does look like Kong is taller than Godzilla. I think Kong might be taller than Godzilla in the movie, which would be a slight reversal of what we saw in 1962, where Godzilla was was ever so slightly taller than Kong. As far as story implications go, I truly couldn't tell you. Maybe Godzilla is catching Kong on an aircraft carrier as they're sailing away somewhere. They're taking Kong to the mainland for whatever reason. It's a horrible plan, but they're taking Kong to the mainland, and Godzilla says, I don't want that guy to leave the island, so he's coming to attack Kong. I don't know. Surely too early to say. I'm hoping to God this movie's good. I know a lot of people are like, oh, D-Man, you're off, you're unhinged or whatever, because I was quite upset about the release date move, but people are like, I'm not unhinged. It's not that I'm against the movie or hate the movie or anything like that. I'm still hoping that the movie is great. I want this movie to be great, but you have moments like Godzilla and Kong on a boat, and it's too much for me at the moment. It's just not something that I think I could ever get over. It's just too silly. Keep in mind.
Big Bad Wolf super chatted $5. Perhaps it's shifting down towards Kong because Godzilla is going towards him and Kong is putting all his weight on one foot as he leans in.
I think it's shifting down because Godzilla just got on the ship and it hasn't evened out yet. But I think it's the clip is too short to make so many different assessments.
Find that even the original King Kong
There's not
Godzilla
enough
took us
context.
7 movies to get to something that serious. You know, we had 2 Godzilla movies, Mothra, Rodan, we had Varan, the Mysterians, a whole bunch of sci-fi films. So it took a while to get to King Kong vs. Godzilla, and even that movie had more realistic physics than Godzilla and Kong standing on a boat fighting each other. I don't know. We'll just have to see.
What? You telling me that a couple of helicopters can carry Kong across the sky? But an aircraft carrier can't hold Kong and Godzilla. Come on, D-Man. What are you doing? D-Man. What are you doing? What? What? Oh. You know what? Look, I'm going to cut him some slack cuz he's in college, he's got a lot going on. You know what I mean? He's not thinking this through. Yeah, thank you, Kinky, over on Twitch. He didn't eat his Wheaties on this video. It's got nothing to do with his age. I just think he's got a lot going on because he usually makes pretty. I mean, Godzilla vs. Kong had more realism against this clip when Kong was being carried by helicopters and dropped with balloons. Well, I mean, yeah. I'm calling it out because I mean, look, I like D-Man, but it doesn't mean he's you know, it's not personal. I think it's a fair critique. You have to remember what happened in Godzilla and King Kong versus Godzilla. King Kong was lifted by helicopters and dropped and floated by balloons. I mean, I think that's a fair criticism. That's nothing to do with me getting on him personally. Who the hell is this Galar? Can somebody block that, please? I mean, you know, just saying.
How the movie's executed in full. I haven't given up on the movie as a lot of people think I have. I haven't. I'm just worried for it. That's all. It's something that I'm very excited about, and it's something that I hope to God is great, but I'm just worried. It's natural when you care this much about something to get worried when it doesn't quite line up to how you hoped it would. But again, I'm not giving up on the movie. I'm still going to go into it as open as I can, and I'm going to hope to God that it's awesome. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time for the next one. D-Man out. What? You never watched my 66 years of Godzilla tribute?
That's funny. Every time I see that, I laugh. I mean, it's a good video overall. But yeah, I don't know about that comparison of realism. I mean, oh, D-Man, you know I like you a lot, bro. You're my boy, but I think you kind of fucked up on that one. You gotta remember, King Kong was floating in the sky with balloons after being carried by helicopters. If a couple of helicopters can carry Kong, and we're gonna accept that, we gotta be consistent. If helicopters can drop King Kong, and then he floats down to the ground with some balloons, I think a giant aircraft carrier in water can hold Godzilla and Kong, even if temporary. Because again, we don't have the full context of the clip. We don't know that ship could slowly start sinking once they're both on it. In that clip, Godzilla just got on the boat. Imagine Godzilla and Kong were real and was real in real life. Well, I tell you one thing: nobody be worried about COVID-19 anymore. That's for damn sure. Add the balloons to this movie? Yeah, sure. Why not? It's just so odd to me that this is where he draws the line when King of the Monsters was such a massive leap forward in ridiculousness. Yeah. I don't know. I think, you know what it is? I think, and it's not just him. It's all of us to some extent. I think we've waited so long for this movie that some of us are at a breaking point, and that breaking point can go in any direction. And now that it's coming so fast, and it is fast, we don't even know where, like, we haven't even comprehended, like, where we are right now, you know, in terms of, okay, this movie went from we have to wait a couple more months to now we're waiting, like, literally 10 weeks. Realism went out the window with King of the Monsters. Yeah, it did. I feel like Godzilla was real. He'd only be in water because if he stepped on land, he would collapse. Yeah, according to science, yeah. We waited so long for this movie, and now it's a made-for-TV movie. Oh, it's not made for TV, but it's going to be on stream service, yes.
Tyler Brown tipped $1. I cast my early vote for Godzilla the winner. If he isn't, I will demand a recount. Protest a monarch and raid the toy factory until the winner is re-elected.
Oh my God. Let me stop everyone here. It's aliens. If Godzilla and Anguirus were literally talking with human voices in Godzilla vs. Gigan, I think we can let the realism in any Godzilla movie slide. It should slide in any movie, even 2014 to an extent, you know? But, you know, it's all good. Look, everyone's entitled to his opinion. He feels the way he feels. He's entitled to that. I just think he kind of botched remembering King Kong versus Godzilla. When you say that a movie from 1967, was it 67? It could be, I don't know. It has more realism in it than a movie that you've only gotten 3 seconds worth of footage with zero context. Yikes. Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch. I miss the days when people only complained about how Godzilla's feet looked. I never forget that. That is so good. 62, 64. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Yeah, 62 in Japan, 64 here. Right. Why did I think 67? Who knows? I don't remember all this shit. I got too much going on. The science loophole in 2014 is the male Muto could not have dragged a nuclear sub up a Hawaiian volcano. Yeah? Shin Gojira, can it be topped? No. Well, hey, you're entitled to your opinion. Well, so does he. I mean, to be fair, he does have a life. I'll tell you, he's got a college life, which is why I think he's not thinking straight. He's got too much schoolwork to worry about. Why is Cloverfield not part of the Monsterverse? Why would it be? It's got nothing to do with Legendary. It's got nothing to do with. It's just got nothing to do with Monsterverse. Like, plus, if you put Cloverfield in the Monsterverse, he's gonna get his ass handed to him. Think about what happened to Cloverfield in that movie, and think about what some of these monsters deal with. Do you think Cloverfield would even last half a second? A Skullcrawler can kick the shit out of Cloverfield monster. I mean, I love Cloverfield, don't get me wrong, but let's be real here. Okay, Cloverfield wouldn't last a second in the Monsterverse. Hell, Cloverfield wouldn't last a second in Pacific Rim. I'll bet you, just like original Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, this Mechagodzilla will have the Godzilla disguise. I agree with that, and I have a feeling that the Godzilla on that ship is Mechagodzilla. Why, simple young lad? It's called licenses. Yeah. Cloverfield was a good movie. Oh, I agree. Cloverfield was a great movie. I love Cloverfield. But you put Cloverfield in the Monsterverse, you can kiss his ass goodbye. He'll get shredded. Cloverfield, it doesn't matter. Look, you could put, actually, for all you Anguirus lovers out there, there's one monster that Anguirus could utterly kick the shit out of, Cloverfield. Who would be hyped to see Behemoth fight Kong? I hope that happens. Yeah, that would actually be pretty good, Jamel. What's my son's favorite Godzilla movie? Oh, God, there's so many of them. I know it's a Showa movie. I don't know if it's Monster Zero. I'll tell you on Tuesday. I'll ask him. Thing of it is, it's like he goes like in circles. There's like a certain. Oh, you know what? The one he watched the most was always Godzilla vs. Mothra. I think that's the one he likes the most from the Showa era, which is a good movie. That's one of the better Showa movies. Is Godzilla vs. Mothra. What about the full-grown Cloverfield? Would he make it? Nope. Yeah, even Manila would beat the shit out of Cloverfield. I wish they would have used the Ready Player One Mechagodzilla design. Well, we don't know what design they're using, but you know. Why do you think is Mechagodzilla on the ship, Rob? There are some subtle details about how Godzilla looks there that he doesn't look that way in King of the Monsters. Now that could just be a slight redesign, but that's the only reason. I'm not saying it is, and it probably isn't, but it's a thought that crossed my head. Actually, Zilla 98 against Cloverfield is probably an even match. Manila would win by killing him with his stupidity. Yeah, Manila would just drop to the floor, just annoy him to death. 10 Cloverfield Lane's a great movie, albeit not really linked to Cloverfield, but the Kraken versus Godzilla would be sweet. I don't know if it would. That's another monster, as cool as he is, would get his ass raped. But you know Cloverfield will never be part of the Monsterverse. Yeah, no, I know that. I think that's safe to say at this point in the Monsterverse that we'll never see a Cloverfield. All right. It's that time. I know it's a little early, but we're going to call it a little early. Only by a few minutes. Only by 13 minutes. No big deal. All right. I want to thank everybody for coming by tonight. Great to see everybody. Well, there'll be a lot more Godzilla to talk about. We'll be doing some videos next week. No Shrek. Oh, yeah. Next time, I promise. We'll be back Tuesday night. Who knows? Maybe we'll talk about a trailer. If we're lucky, maybe we'll have a trailer to talk about, but, you know, we'll see. But listen, I want to thank you guys for stopping by tonight. I want to thank everybody for the tips and donations. Greatly appreciate it. Really does help the channel. Really does help me. So thank you guys for that. God bless you for that. And thank all of you for spending tonight with me. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. It's great to talk about Godzilla again. I'm very excited that we're going to be able to see this movie in a little over 2 months. And, you know, you guys, you know, have a good rest of the weekend. Take care of yourself. Be good to each other. Be safe. Remember, social distance, wear a mask, wipe your hands, wipe your ass. Wash your hands, wipe your ass. And I'll see you guys all next week, all right? Have a good one.
forget it.